The Appleton Pollinator project was started by my professor Israel Del Toro and has grown into a collaboration with 5 of his undergraduate students, including myself, the Appleton City Park System, as well as the owners of other green spaces within the city, and once fully deployed will involve the citizens of Appleton who utilize these spaces themselves. This may sound like a big undertaking, and that's because it is, and because what we are doing is important enough to warrant the effort. Our country is currently experiencing a rapid decline in native bee biodiversity. Though they are not the poster child for pollination like the honeybee, the 350 Wisconsin native bee species provide invaluable ecosystem services that, for example, contribute to the food on our plates and the gardens in our yards. Our goal is to evaluate and quantify Appleton bee biodiversity, and then, through a variety of treatments, see how urban green spaces can be used to help save native bee populations. The first treatment we have selected is to grow pollinator gardens that will be filled with native flowers and plants. This is meant to increase food source availability. Our other treatment we are implementing is building what we call beehives. Now, this isn't a typical hive, and actually isn't meant for hive-making bees at all. The majority of native bee species in Wisconsin are solitary bees that live in individual nests and present no danger to humans because they cannot sting. So we are creating hives using a variety of man-made and natural materials in the hopes that bees will make these into their new homes. Once we have planted the gardens and built and installed our beehives, the citizen science begins. We biologists have roped in a computer science major, and he is currently designing an app that will allow individuals to take geo-referenced images of any bees they see in these spaces while playing a pollinator-themed game in the process. By the way, once this code is written, we plan to make it open source for other projects to use for their benefit. Our hope is to gauge and build enthusiasm for urban conservation efforts and sustainability in our city. Through clever experimental design, this project finds a way to simultaneously create a greater understanding about native bee populations in our areas, works to conserve those populations, and creates a community enthusiasm and interest in native pollinators and what we can do to help.